It's action all the way as the Swindon ADT Robins set the Arena Essex side into a spin, literally. Head over heels in search of a win, they were disappointed. The Robins storm in with a great victory. We've action coming up from last night's Home Fire League match. And action also from the Olympics. We attempt to catch up with Swindon's Olympic hopeful, the 100-metre hurdler Leslie Anskeed. Bags packed and ready to leave this weekend, we talked to her before her journey. Yes, a very good evening to you and welcome along this Friday to Local Sport. All the fixtures and hopefully all the features as well coming up in today's programme so that you can see and hear what's happening in the local sports world. Well, we'll begin this Friday for a slight change, I think, with football. And of course, Swindon Town have been busy because the countdown is now well and truly underway to the start of the new season. Of course, Swindon will be playing for the very first time in the First Division. They'll be looking forward to that. They've also been looking forward to the pre-season friendlies, which have been keeping them busy. Let's take a look at what they've been up to over the last couple of days. On Monday, the squad were away to Yeovil Town, the match ending, in fact, in a goalless draw. In fact, the main piece of news from Monday's game with Nobby Swatton. Well, we move on to Speedway now, and action last night at the Abbey Stadium in the Home Fire League. Swindon Robins taking on the Arena Essex side. Well, before we get into the action proper, let's take a quick look at the start of Heat 8. Keep your eyes on the rider in yellow and black, Colin White from Arena Essex. As he goes into the first bend, he does in fact go into the first bend, literally. The bike slipping away from underneath him. Let's take a closer look at that again then. As he goes into that bend, the back wheel does in fact slip right away from underneath. The bike does 360 degrees and Colin decides to carry on over the handlebars, shaken but not stirred. Anyway, let's turn our attention now to a full heats racing. Let's go to Heat 10. Before I give you the lineup then for Heat 10, I will just mention that Dean Standing went on to win that rerun of Heat 8 in a time of 67.9, and he's in action again in Heat 10 as they line up in white Brian Carger, in blue Dean Standing, in yellow and black Colin White, and in red Mitch Shearer for the Swindon Robins. And it's Mitch who gets away pretty sharply there. Mitch Shearer and Brian Carger. As they begin the second lap, Shearer and Carger. Oh, and some excellent riding this evening. The familiar face, of course, to Swindon, Brian Carger, battling it out with Mitch Shearer, but it's still Shearer from Carger. Dean Standing and bringing up the rear, Colin White. This looks like being a superb race. Hopefully Shearer can keep the lead. Arena Essex suffering at the moment with a couple of injuries. But on your screens at the moment, it's Mitch Shearer for the Swindon Robins, Brian Carger for Arena Essex, battling it out for first and second place. It's still anybody's. Oh, and you couldn't get much closer than this. Very close indeed, a superb race, I'm sure you'll agree. But first across the line, Mitch Shearer for the Swindon Robins. In second place, Brian Carger in an excellent run race for Arena Essex. In third, Dean Standing for Swindon, and finally Colin White. And I can tell you that Mitch Shearer's winning time, 68 seconds, and that takes the score after Heat 10 to Swindon Robins 38, Arena Essex 22.